Get Brian Mudd. Download your iHeartRadio app and turn up News Radio 610 WIOD.
What about holiday parties? Although, and I do wonder about this, people, in the grand scheme of things that have been canceled this year because of COVID, are going, well, at least I don't have to deal with the company's holiday party. Because I actually think that's been one of the most polarizing things that have traditionally been done that many employers don't necessarily fully appreciate. But nevertheless, Joel Patterson, who is a workplace expert, joining us once again. Morning, Joel.
Good morning, Brian. How you doing?
Yeah, doing pretty well. So let's talk about it. There's a survey out. Most people really do not want a company holiday party. I don't know. That's a big surprise. What are some of the takeaways that you found from this?
Yeah, I think that it's kind of a mixed bag. I totally understand where you're coming from. A lot of people probably look at this as a blessing that they don't have to worry about it. But what I'm seeing now is that there's about 23% of the companies that are out there are saying that they are going to have a party. Now, 3 of 4 of those are going to be virtual. So when you kind of boil that down, I mean, it's really 5 or 6% of the companies out there are considering having a traditional in-person kind of party. So I think most people are getting the message that it's not necessarily a great time to be having a party, but it's always an option to give cash and other bonus options that I think most companies are considering these days.
Yeah, I mean, do you think most people, independent of COVID, would prefer something personal that they could benefit from themselves or perhaps with their family over something with their work?
Yeah, clearly. They would much rather have a little bit of cash or maybe some time off. It's never a bad idea, and it's easier for a lot of companies to financially justify more PTO, and maybe they can look forward to a few 3-day weekends or something in the coming year. But I think that really focusing on, it doesn't have to be a huge amount either. If you just can set something aside that people can see that you care and you are trying to do what you can, give them a little bit of a cash bonus over the holidays, I think you're gonna be seen in a really good light.
Yeah, Joel, if somebody does want to carry on some type of holiday-related party, what are some good ways to go about it in the winter of COVID?
Well, if you're just committed to doing it, I'm gonna give you what the official rules are, and to be honest with you, it doesn't sound very fun to me. First of all, they're saying this is CDC guidelines on holiday parties, so host it outdoors if you can. Okay, that's obvious, but it's going to be cold, most likely.
Well, down here we might get away with it, though.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Southern Florida is not so bad. Avoid singing or shouting. So you got to keep the music low, which, I mean, everybody's going to love that, right? Stay 6 feet apart. And then, oh, by the way, you need to quarantine for 14 days before the party. So, I mean, if you're really committed to doing it, there's your guidelines. But I'm just not seeing that there's going to be a lot of companies, at least if they're following the CDC guidelines, that are going to be willing to take the time and invest the money to have a party.
You remember Men Without Hats, the band?
Sure. Oh, yeah. Love them. Yeah.
That's what when I'm listening to you talk about those guidelines, that's what's coming to mind is the safety dance. That would be like we should have a remake that is the COVID holiday party edition with all the rules you were just talking about. That would be the 2020 version of the safety dance.
Yeah, well, I hope you've got plenty of room to spread out and you don't really plan on talking to too many people. But good luck. Yeah, it sounds great.
Well, Joel, thank you very much for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Take care, Brian.
Yeah, it's Joel Patterson. Again, he's a workplace culture expert.